Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires free replay. So on the bottom left side as the blue Indians, we have Apophis. I probably butchered that well enough. Spawn on top right side as the red Portuguese. We got Rodriguinho. Butchered that well enough. I cannot pronounce anything right now. My lips are cracked, my throat is dry due to the extreme cold weather we've been having here. I actually got some wind burns in my face. This entire week, it was about anywhere from -2, or actually no, it's down to -5 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's been quite cold, and I have got some burns on my face because of it.
Huh? Adesh?
By the way, no deck selected just yet, as I butchered all of my hockey. No deck selected just yet. When it comes to the names of map, we got the House of Witten, will give you access a Trabant, a Papal Guard variant, and Saxon Cuirassier, a Cuirassier variant. And it looks like both of them House of Witten. Other things that can provide is an Age 2 port, and also some Giant Grenadiers, and cheaper age ups. I think this does provide you a profit if you go for it in Age 2. Definitely make going from Age 3 to 4 definitely will make it cheap. Always gotta think to improve cavalry and shock armor. You know, well, whenever it says shock infantry armor, it means hand shock. Oh no, in this case could mean shock infantry. Because the upgrade like infantry breastplate that says improving hand infantry, foot archer, and shock infantry upgrade only applies to hand shock infantry, not to the incredibly rare range shock infantry. Federitas now being researched. Let's see, you got Federitas, town militia, economic theory, land grab, so we got Ultra Turtle Portuguese. That's going to be a fast fortress. What spies? Does he have constable? Oh, research. Why does it times 6 spy research? Doesn't have agent. He doesn't have constables. Interesting. Either way, looks like he's going for Cazador Dragoon, light infantry, light cavalry. Portuguese gets out some very nice dragoons. But yeah, definitely gonna be fast force to say the least. Indian players aging up with the Agra fort. This position, this course will become a good jumping off point. This also acts as a barracks and ships in 2 sepoys.
Yeah.
Once age up, he is going for the quartermaster, giving some wood. He does bought the augury fort. Lampio, definitely a custom name. The Brahmins' names are randomly generated, looks like. Secondary towns are there, going for some wood. I suppose both tin mines are back here, nice and safe position. Don't have to go too far out for coin. Has the berries nearby. Maybe putting it right here would have been a little bit better. But he's doing a good job of herding the ibex towards town centers. Delicious ibex. I wonder how ibex actually taste. I don't think I've ever had goat before. How does elephant taste? I know I haven't had elephant before. Perch. No church cards. Church is definitely an interesting option. Seaport's pretty forward. The covered wagon's almost fully filled. Villager can hit pretty hard there. Those lose a villager. Nice pick. Oh, okay, he has got his coin shipment, just hasn't gathered on up just yet. He can try going for double militia. He has limited coin, but he may just go for that coin just for his age up. His town center has 2 villagers inside, this has 9, so he's sharing his 13 villagers. Losing that 1 villager does hamper his defense. Going for the town militia research. Improve his damage output from his town centers by 50%. Of course, that enables him to get conscription. Town militia being brought in there. Militiamen are excellent fighters. And there we go. He has stabilized. He can dispatch the villagers. Get some villager queues going. He needs more food. He, of course, needs a little bit more coin. There's 400, 100, so a little less than 600 coin. Which will not be enough coin to age on up. Going for a shipment of wood now. Maybe an outpost too can help him out. Outpost in the house, because he's almost a pop cap as well. More seapoys being brought on in. Let's see, maybe go for no Rapus to have Rodialo siege damages. Siege damage. Brahman's on a killing spree. Due to the fact that he has 2 AoE, pathetically bad 6 damage, since the militiamen were down to 1 health, that 2 AoE just allow him to annihilate the militiamen. Of course, elephants are quite bloodthirsty beasts. He had a bit more villagers. He had 25 population. Ah, yeah, the militiamen took a population there. Player has 25 villagers most, so he has more than his opponent. He has 2 town centers. He may want to get the auto repair going. It'll cost him 97 wood. I'd say it's worth it. Plus he does have Federate as well. Came nice little trickle of all resources. And a very Italian flavored resources. Amount of resources. I just realized, what on earth is that skin? It makes a... I don't even know how to describe. A hippie pirate? I just see hippie pirate there. 2 stars on his hat? The 6-sided stars? I don't know. I have no idea what to make of that skin. Is it bad that my mind, whenever I see a 6-point star, does that I immediately think of a Jewish star? Because, let's be honest, what else has 6-sided stars? I don't know if that's a good or bad thought in my head. Either way, we now have the age up, the Exile Prince. Oh, 1 Brahmin's down here. Some delicious elephant he could try collecting up. Got a... How did the Portuguese player get a trading post down here? I can understand with the blue player being so aggressive. Maybe this guy is high out of his mind. Oh, got another cover wagon here. Blowing out somewhere helps procure more resources. Wouldn't be half bad. Be harder to protect. Where exactly? I'm not sure. Maybe next to the silver mine. Probably right around here seems like a good spot. Maybe here? Then you could perhaps go for some basic walls here. By the way, the Portuguese player has reached his desired age. And now he's going to have a big problem with food production because having 3 town centers consumes a lot of food. You need at least what? 12 villagers on food itself collecting? Age 3 is almost complete. Taj Mahal, I have... Doesn't provide him ceasefire? Yeah, grant ceasefire. So I guess, may just go for the Taj Mahal for the 800 coin rebate. But ceasefire can be nice. Got some veteran Costadors now put on the field. We're effectively a skirmisher with more extremes when it comes to health and resistances. Less health. And less health, 50% more range resist. So it makes it a bit more healthy resisting the course of range attacks. But of course makes it more vulnerable for versus melee attacks. Additionally, its cost is more similar to a musketeer. That's the real big benefit of the Costador. Having it more weight in food makes it cheaper. We've got a Gurkha shipment there. He's ending relationships with the Ottoman. Portzella de Santa Cruz now being built. Shipped on in from the shipment. So now he can establish a presence on the map. Going for something to engage the Agri Fort wouldn't be half bad, but remember as well, if damage output's only 25, it's not European fort levels as much as try to claim. It's like, oh, it's like a European fort. No, it's more closer to the outpost with twice amount of health. Because this is a fort, 150 damage versus 25. 3 attack speed, 3 attack speed. Yeah, the Agri Fort's just basically a glorified outpost. Glorified blockhouse, because I also can produce stuff. But still, putting Costadors attack it, have horrible siege damage. Yeah, that's the problem going for a light army, light cavalry, light infantry. You have no way to really destroy buildings quickly. No age 2 or age 3 mortar card. Not sure what factions can't get that one. Lance Connects could be useful. He does go for some halberdier shipments there, which offer good force damage. Additionally, Portuguese do get a Royal Guard variant of the halberdier. The only one who can. Gives them an age 4. They can get what? Additional 10% health and damage. Modest amount, but not bad. But for now, they will fly the torches. We have some Gurkhas floating field. The Indian light infantry unit. They have slightly less health than normal skirmisher, and let's see. Yeah, they have less range, more damage. Skirmishers have a base damage of 15 with a base range of 20. Gurkhas have 16, 18. So the closest comparison to them, they somehow sit in between a crossbowman when it comes to base damage. Yeah, granted crossbowman is a bad idea since they have the still times 2 multiplier. Yes, the closest thing is Burkus Liguri, who also has 16 damage, but they have 20 range. But of course, they only guard, so that's not a good comparison either. They're strong. Let's simply put, Burkus are a stronger light infantry unit with less range. Very simple. Alright, got some distant sepoys now pulling the field, going for more sepoys. Trying to get a good number of those Costadors, so it's definitely not going to be a great company. Sepoys cost 700 or 70, 50. Skirmishers you'd have a cost of 50, 65. So I think this will make it cost less, even though the skirmisher technically costs more on some total resources. Got a Manzabari unit here. Yep, we got a Manzabari seapoy. That explorer is gonna go down. Got some disciplined Mouthouts, which are heavy cavalry with Lancer multipliers with a really good siege attack. Super heavy cavalry, let's just leave it simple with that. Additional food required. He's trying to go for the shipment of the Urmi swordsmen, which are infantry that's neither classified as heavy nor light nor shock. And again, shock infantry are not classified as infantry either way. They're effectively a counter skirmisher unit or a lancer unit. I think they would get bonus damage as heavy infantry, right? Rather than just infantry. So they're closer to a Jaguar Prowler Knight? They're a weird unit. Also, they have absurdly high attack speed and 1 AoE. Yeah, they're effectively a melee skirmisher. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it, because you see skirmisher multipliers at smaller percentages. Yeah, they're basically a melee skirmisher. And infantry, land, military. His opponent has mostly Costadors. Those guys won't do bonus damage. The base damage is 25, which is actually... Wait. Hand attack does range damage. Okay, now that started turning my brain. I just realized that's actually hand attack symbol or range attack symbol. So they do range attack and melee doing skirmisher multipliers. Yellow. They are Captain Reserve. There's not any proper target for them other than the Dragoons, which is not exactly easy for them to get on top of. They only have 4.5 moon speed. And they're still very vulnerable to organ guns because organ guns love to see any infantry organs. He's not falling back. Also, let's get a pretty good volley there. Burka's still age 2. And Halberdiers here do take a volley. House of Witten can now be claimed by blue. Lands connects being shipped on in. The Portuguese player is at maxed out population. Has 73 villagers for opponent's 57. So, once the lands connects upon field, Portuguese players should just be aggressive. Oh, was there a petard there? Yep, got multiple petards there. Augury Fort does go down. Quickly, I should not add. As petards, they do good damage. I was not paying attention to that, my apologies. You rarely ever see petards, so I'm always surprised. Range cavalry caracalade and counter infantry rifling against the arsenal research. Huh? Advanced arsenal research. Doesn't have the advanced arsenal card. Got a handful of culverins to blood and field as well for counter artillery operations. Elephant push way forward, takes out some of the Costors. Taking a large amount of fire because there's no anti-heavy cavalry attacks there until now. Hussars, everything. I want to see a massive engagement here. Seaports in general move order, that's not good. Culverins not doing much in this fight. Costors and Dragoons not being threatened at all. Roman swords are now engaging, but they're not engaging targets they want to engage. It looks like the Dragons were too close. They will go down. Organ guns will get overran. Germany swordsmen infantry forward. Now they only have targets from them. They would like to engage. They have a good amount of health as well, so they're very durable. 400 health at the moment. Let's find some of the villagers there. Red's just falling back, going for more hussars, more cuspers. Needs organ guns. One has a very heavy infantry composition. He is trying to run with the Roman swordsman. Also, it's doing 18 damage per attack, while these guys would do a lot more. These boys do also have really high melee damage, close to well, basically halberdier melee. There is, of course, age 4 at the moment. Chasing the company being researched. Red Silver getting overran. They're really high quality seaports, just simply overran his opponent. Could not defeat the Urmi swordsman reasonable enough, it looks like in the end. Organ guns could push forward. There's nothing here to stop the organ guns or quick close on top of them. Massive formation of these guys who get hit. Militiamen being brought on in. Urmi swordsmen, of course, are still classified infantry, taking lots of fire there. And they do range damage, so they're 75% range resist. Ooh, look at the Urmi swordsmen. That weird range attack is now causing issues for them. Dragoons push right forward. More dragoons float over here. One organ gun remains, and they're like that. Blue's only got disintegrated by a handful of organ guns because he had no counter to them. The fort may still go down, protected by an outpost here. But the fort will be split. More organ guns on the build queue. He has 67 villager versus 167. He has 1,000 export. You guys have ally with the British. Going for now British Expeditionary Force. Looking at some red coats and a see, he says and a falconet. 2 organ guns here. All volley there. And now we've got a team card being shipped on in. Increase your entire team's unit hit points by and damage by 5%. Not a bad team card. Great way to support your entire team. They'll just here collecting some berries, seaports, saying hi to them. Heck, there's a large amount of Portuguese villagers. That's actually going to cause a bit of problems. This is his only food source he has available at the moment. Red is going to run out of food very quickly. He sells the berry deposits back here. Villagers need to run away. The other villagers are going to be just fine enough for now. Town center has not been destroyed, but not going to be as hard point. Costa is being microed quite nicely right there. We have 4.5 versus the C4 is just 4. Organ gun gets good volley there. Ceasefire by blue. Ooh, nasty. Red is not running away fast enough. Hustlers don't have good melee damage, so having them engage in melee is not good. And this wall gun spell game over for Red. That somehow ceasefire screwed over Red big time. And Red backs the game now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.